Hi guys, welcome to the channel tonight as we've got the 737-900 and we are going to be flying with Alaska with the 100 years livery, and we're going to be going from Seattle to LAX, which should be a good flight today. Going to be cruising for about 33,000 feet, and flight time's around over 2 hours, but we'll cut that down for you guys, so it shouldn't be a problem. Lovely in Seattle today. A little bit thundery, overcasty, but we're using the real-time weather, so we ain't going to disrupt that. So don't forget to like and subscribe, guys, and leave your comments down below. And what we can do now is we can get into the cockpit and start this lovely aircraft up. And stay tuned as well, because we will be having the SSG 747 reaching the channel within the next few weeks. So make sure you stick around for that as well. So let's go into the aircraft and start up. Okay, so we are in the 737-900 series now. So what we'll do is we'll put our battery on and guarded, standby power on, and ground power. We'll go to bat and ground power on DCs. We'll then go to nav for our IRS. We'll turn our panel lights on. After that, we'll arm the emergency lights. We'll turn our chimes down with our fasten seatbelts to on. Power engine start to both, and we can go ahead and start the APU. Okay, we'll give that one pump. After we've done that, we'll go ahead and test our window heat. So we'll put all of these on, and we'll put our probes on as well. You know the drill. Trim air on with our packs, and we'll put the APU bleed on for after. Now, if we get the charts up, what we can have a look is we can see exactly what altitude we're going to be flying today. So we're going for flight level 330. And we've got a landing altitude. We've got a landing altitude. Airport elevations 126, thresholds 119. So just put that to 100, which is fine. Put our anti-collision on. We can switch the APUs over. Go to APU Gen, and now we go ahead into the FMC. So we'll start our panel lights up. And then we'll adjust them as we go on. Put our yoke back. Now we're going to the FMC now. And we'll go in and get our ATIS as well. So Kilo Sierra Echo Alpha. We'll send that off. We'll go in and do our positioning. So we'll put Kilo Sierra Echo Alpha. And she should come to life. There we go. So for our route, let's put in Seattle, and then we've got Kilo Lima Alpha X-ray for KLAX. So on our charts today, we're departing runway 16 left, the Harub Bravo 5, which we will take. So we'll go runway 16 left, the Harub Bravo 5. And I want to transition off at LRAVE, which is fine. And then after that, if we get our route up, we are going to Jinmo. And then from Jinmo, we'll take the Quebec 7. That's going to take us to Jaguar. So, where's Jaguar? There we go. And then from Jaguar, we've got direct to Burgle. And then from Burgle, we're going to be wanting to take the Erneman 1 for runway 07 left. And we're going to transition off. If we get a look at the charts for LAX, we want to... So what we're going to do is that we are going to transition off at FIM, and now we'll go and activate that. We'll go in and get our perf. So we've got a cost today of 54. Flight level 300, which is fine. Go ahead and get our temperature. And then takeoff will be flaps 5, so we've got 149, a 150 and a 157. So we'll go ahead and bug that now. 157. So now we'll go ahead and activate the auto throttles. The flight directors will turn on the first. So we'll go ahead and turn our panel lights on. And then back over onto the FMC, we'll go in and get our ATIS as well. So ATIS is, altimeter is 2992. Okay, which is set. And we've also got 2992, which is set. 21006. Which is for our which is our wind. There we go. So we'll verify our takeoff speeds, nothing's changed there. And for our center of gravity, we've got 22.3, which then give us a 565 on our trim. That'll do. Okay, so now everything is basically set up. We'll turn our electrics on, we'll put our yaw damper on, we'll put all of our fuel pumps on as well. Got everything all set up here. We can turn our packs off and get the aircraft all set up now, ready to go. So I'm going to call the tug in and then we can get the hell out of here. So we will now disconnect all of our ground services, which is fine, and now we can call the tug, ready to go.
Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Okay, so we're just waiting now for the tow to come up to us, and then he can start to give us our pushback and get us all ready to leave the airport. So the way it's going to go now, we're going to come out onto Bravo and basically go all the way up to the Charlie hold, and then we'll get onto runway 16 left, which is a 163.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Okay, so he's going to connect us up and get us all ready to go. So we'll turn our TRA on. Everything else looks rather nice. Let's turn our center pumps on as well.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Okay, so one last look on the overhead. Everything is looking all nice and ready to go. So what we can do now is we will release the parking brake and start engine number 2.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Thank you very much. Starting engine number 2 now, coming to life. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go ahead and start engine number 1.
All Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Okay, so let's go ahead now and set the parking brake. Go over and switch the
Disconnecting
buses
tow.
over.
Stand by.
So now the buses are over, we'll go to Gen 1, we'll turn our packs back on, the isolation valve can go to auto, the APU bleed can go off, and so can the APU. We are now all set to go. He's disconnecting, getting us ready to leave. So we'll go ahead and drop our flaps 5. Okay, so there's our flaps 5 done. He's going to clear off now and go. And then we're all ready to leave Seattle.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the left. We'll see you next time. Have a safe flight.
Thank you very much. See you soon. Bye-bye. So we're all now set to go. Everything is all there. We'll turn our auto brake to RTO. We'll do our systems check now quickly. So we've got full left, full right, full forward, full back, and rudder left and rudder right. So we are all set to go. Put our engines back on. Now everything else is all set. One last look on the overhead. Everything is fine. We'll do a recall, everything's fine, so what we can do now is release the brakes and get onto Bravo. And what we can also do is turn on the taxi lights. So we'll just make a left turn here. Then we'll turn right onto Bravo. And then we'll make our way up to runway 16 left. So made our right turn now onto Bravo, run alongside 16 left. Just a straight line, so it's just be a fairly simple taxi today. .900 is a lot more larger than the little 600 that we've been using and the 700. That makes for a great flight, and because we've got a little bit more weight on us today, we can get some nice fast speeds out of Seattle too. Could have done a flaps 10, but do a flaps 5, get the speed up. So we'll now increase our speed. As we make our way up Bravo to then turn on to Charlie, hold, and then we'll enter in. So now we're just basically passing one of the holds here, which will probably be Lima. That's the Juliet. So next up will be the hotel hold, then the Echo, then we've got the Delta with the Charlie. Nice 330 today on the altimeters. Well, the altitude. Now we'll be passing the hotel, which will be the slip to leave the runway. And then we've got the Echo, and then Delta and Charlie are literally right next to each other, so it's not too bad. Should get some lovely cinematics in today, and hopefully we get a nice smooth landing. We'll go through the arrival procedures once we get into our descent, so and give you guys a understanding of what's going to happen as the aircraft comes down and what path we're going to take. Now, because I'm taking a different star in from the star that's suggested on the chart, transition off at Fillmore is fine, because then we'll make that left turn onto runway 07 left. So this will be the Delta and Charlie coming up. There's our Echo, and we will be on the second left from now. We're using the real-time weather as well today, so that should make for a nice feel. So if you guys in Seattle or LAX have got overcasty weather today, then be sure to let me know. Okay, so here we are now. There's the Delta to our left, and now we've got the Charlie, which is right here. I want to take up all the runway that I can. Okay, so here we are now, just approaching the Charlie hold. Okay, and what we'll do is, as soon as we get onto the runway, then we'll turn our strobes and everything. As obviously I'm using I don't have the twist on the joystick no more, which basically means that I have to steer with the throttle as well. So I've got my throttles pushing up and down, and I've got forward buttons in front which move left to right, which we're controlling the rudder with. So on a turn entering the runway, there's no chance of turning the strobes on, or we'll end up in the grass going for a picnic. Okay, so let's just line up now. Okay, so what we can do now is let's reset our view, because I don't know what was going on there, but what we can is turn on our landing lights, our runway turn-offs. Strobes can go to steady, wheel and wheel.
Prepare for takeoff, please.
And I want to check our legs to make sure there's no discontinuities, like so. And then there's a wake
Okay,
up.
the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
And then we'll come down in for runway 07 right. Okay, so everything's all fine there. What we can do is we will start the clock, go ahead and activate the LNAV and the VNAV. We'll zoom out on our map, zoom in, sorry. There we go. Okay, so clock is started. Let's get ready to rumble. So brake is released. Go to around 45% and let that stabilize. And toga. Okay, airspeed alive. Houston, we are cooking.
80 knots.
Check. .900 knots. Release back on the yoke.
E1, rotate.
Rotate.
Livery.
Gear up. Check. Okay, so now the throttles are going to
1000.
idle back to our climb speed, which will now allow us to get the full rate of motion. So we go to our flaps 1 now, as we're getting ready to fly through the clouds. Turn our auto brake off as well. Okay, flaps up. As we're just waiting for that left turn onto the right, which will then take us around the bend. So now we can start following the flight director. We'll go to our next speed, which is 250, as we're ready to clock round the bend. So just straighten the aircraft up. As we reach the cloud layer, nearer to our 245, hold it steady now as we make that right turn around. Okay, and we want to turn our max bank 230. A little bit of rain. Got to our 249, just increase the bank a little more. There we go. You don't want to do too many quick movements, as the plane will start thrashing itself about. So we're just there on, holding for the 250 on our speed, so we don't want to go over that. And now we'll start rolling back round to make back in for that turn. Holding the 250 now as we make way to come back round. Still flying the aircraft manually. Okay, now move on to our second right turn. Okay, so what we can do is we'll fly a manual till we get to our topper climb. And one thing that I do want to do is just reset our view so it's nice and stable. There, just come across a little bit more. Okay, just passing 10,000 feet now. And we'll turn the autopilot on now. So the aircraft now has control. Passing through 10,000, we'll go ahead and turn our landing lights, which can go off. Runway turn-offs can go off as well, taxis also, and our wheel well. Okay, so everything looks all good. Following the aircraft as well as we just peek through the clouds. Okay guys, so as you can see now we're just making that left turn around to our top of climb, which clouds look very nice today. I must say they do look very nice. Okay guys, so now as you can see we are near our top of climb. So there's only one thing left to do now, and that is to go to our takeoff cinematics. So don't forget to like and subscribe guys, and I'll see you all when we get back for our top of descent, and then we'll go through our approach phase and how we're going to do things. So I'll see you all in a minute. Hi guys, so right now, as you can see, we are near our top of descent. We're going to be intercepting the glide slope for 1,800 feet. So we'll go ahead and reset the MCP now. There's 1800 set on the MCP. And if we have a look at our route quickly, so I can show you guys exactly where we're going. So let's get back to the start. Okay, so we're coming up for Erman next. which is in 72 miles. We're going to start our top of descent just before then, as you saw. Once we get to Erman, which is the start of the star, then we're going to come down to Simon, Baz's and make a left turn. We're going to run alongside the airport by Cliffy, and then basically we're going to proceed back west past Gadu, or northwest should we say, and that will head us back to Waker. And then as we come down, we'll go through Kylie and Feckle, which will then line us up for the 1800 intercept for the glide slope for 07 left, and it will come down at 3 degrees, and there's a runway right there. So everything is all set. What we can do when we get closer is we will set the ATIS and get all that in and sorted, so we can get the aircraft all ready to go. Okay, so right now we are going into our top of descent. So the throttles are idle back. We can do our descent checklist. We'll put our engine starts to continuous, and the seatbelt signs can now go on. Now the aircraft's going to go into a steep dive, and then it's going to whack itself back out so it can get into sync with the glide path. Okay, so we'll keep the speed brakes off. Thought it was going to need it. So we'll start coming down now around 1400 feet, depending between 14 and 18. So the aircraft's on a 290 on its descent down. Drag's needed, there's the drag. So 16,000 below. Coming down now 3,002. And we can tell the cabin to get itself ready for our descent. Lovely views.
Once again from the FlightTech here, we're on our descent. Seatbelt signs can be back up for our rattle. If you're up and bound, please return your seats, fasten your seatbelts. Still showing well ahead of schedule. Thanks again. Hope you have a nice week. I'll be on the air here very shortly.
Okay, so now we're all into our descent. We'll go ahead and get the ATIS up for the airport for LAX as we're coming in for runway 07 left. Okay, so send that off, wait for it to come back. Approach is fairly straight, simple, coming at 069 degree course for the ILS. Our barrows for the ILS is 320, so we can go ahead and put that in now. 320, and we'll put 320 in as well. Okay, there's our 320 for our barrow, which is all good. And here is now where we're ready to go. So we're going to come down, we'll swing a left, go straight to the airport, and then when we transition back for Finn, basically come back around on a big circle past Waker, and then we'll take that left turn into 07 left. We're going to intercept the glide slope at 1800, and we'll intercept for the localizer once we pass Waker, and then we'll just wait for the localizer to lock in. Follow the VNAV and the LNAV profile all the way down until we get there, which should make in for a nice arrival. 290 now on the legs, and we will go to 250 once we get to Simon. So seeing as we are getting close, once we get near to Simon, then we'll slow down once we pass Ernham. That will give us a 6 miles to slow to 250, and then we're all ready to come in. That will slow our descent rate down as well. As we pass through, we've got speed brakes open now as we're coming down. We're coming down 3,000 feet per minute. So the aircraft's coming down quite nice. We can check now for our ATIS. Okay, so QNH is 3014, so we'll arm that. Okay, there's 3015, 3014. Which is checked. Winds are 110 at 03 knots right now, scattered at 2, and remarks. Everything's alright. Few at 20, there we go, bang, break through the clouds as we come round now. So just coming down through 18,000, probably switch our altimeters over at 18, that's usually what happens, and we're just coming near to Imam, or Erman, so everything should go down okay. Let's go in and get our approach ready. So we'll do a flaps 30 at 154, which means then we will take the +5 for a 159, very fast, and a 110.10. Okay, everything's looking good. Turn our QNHs back to the airports, and now we'll start to come down. What we're going to do as well is, we know drag is required right now, so what I want to do is I'm going to put it to 250. Okay. So that will slow our rate of descent down, slow us down to our speed restriction of 250, below 16,000, which we are now. So the aircraft will stabilise out as it gets itself ready to follow our restraints all the way round into LAX. And then once I've set everything up, then we'll run through our approach checklist. So just coming down here to 250, the aircraft will start going back into its descent as it holds below 16,000, and we need to be below 13 and above 11 once we get to Simon. Okay, so now we're going to start to go in. The airport will surely become visible. So the course for the runway here is a 071. On my charts I've got a 069, which I'm going to follow. Okay, so 069, 069, we're on a 130. Once we come back around the bend, then we'll lock in the localizer. So just descended now through 13,500 feet. What we can do is we'll run through our approach checklist, get that all out of the way, make sure that everything's all set up accordingly. Or we'll wait until we get to 10,000 feet. That way we can turn our landing lights on and we can run straight through the whole procedure. Go for a auto brake at number 2. Weather's a little bit crappy today, but you know, I'd rather fly in the real world weather than just it builds more layers. You know, the clouds I use as default, it's because it's real world, it's building layer upon layer. Just watch that it doesn't knock your frames. I mean, I don't really find much of a difference in frames with bad weather, not too much. Or I'd always be within 50 if it's heavily loaded, between 55 and normal, be 60 above. So performance wise, the sim's okay for me, you know, so it allows me to enjoy it, and I can bring you guys like full quality in the videos that we make. So we're just descending now through 11,500. The aircraft looks very nice, lovely Alaska, which is a lovely airline. So getting the aircraft all ready now. We can start to do our descent checklist. So we'll put our landing lights on, runway turn-offs, taxis are auto, and put our wheel well on, brief the cabin, and prepare for landing.
Flight attendants, please prepare the cabin for landing.
Okay, so below 250. Now we need to go to 240. There we go. As we swing around the bend.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we enter grab the descent for landing, we ask you to take this opportunity to restore any cabin luggage you may have used during the flight. In just a few moments, the flight attendants will be coming through to collect all remaining service items. Please assist your flight attendants by bringing all seat backs upright, returning tray tables to their secure position, and double check the security of your seat belts. At this time, all electronic devices must be turned off and stowed. Thank you.
Okay, so the aircraft's just slowing now. Below 244 for 240, 239, 210, 210. So we'll start gradually slowing down. We'll end up around 210 for the arrival. By taking this route, it's probably the 25 right arrival, but by taking this route, it gives us enough time to slow down. Need to be at 6,000 by Johor, so basically what we can do okay, so right now we're just heading for Walker, where we'll slow for 210 and we should be at 6,000 feet. So we'll run through our approach checklist now so we can get everything all done. So we've got engine start switches which are continuous, which is checked. We've also got our landing lights which are all on with our runway turn-offs, etc., which is all checked also. After we go to that, now we'll go to our approach procedure. So our altimeter setting, which is set at 3014, which is set and it is cross-checked. So that's fine. We've got our altitude, which is a 1,800 intercept for the glide slope. Our ILS course frequency is a 069 degree frequency course, and the V-card approach speed ref, which is a 154 at flaps 30 plus 5, which is a 159. Our minimum barrow is set at 320, which is for a 220 decision. We've got our taxi lights, which are auto, and we've got our speed brakes, which are armed. Auto brake as required to number 2. Landing lights and landing gear, well, gear will go down. For the ILS, we have our nav 1 and 2, which is now set for 069 degree. When the localizer is established, VOR lock, and when the glide slope indicator is established, we'll hit the approach. So we're just descending to our flaps up speed as we get the aircraft all ready to go. Let's just sort our vision out, which is fine. Walker. Make sure we'll be our top of descent down. So the aircraft is all ready now to come in. I'm going to put the wipers on as there isn't shouldn't be any rain once we pass under these clouds, which should make them for a really nice approach in the 737-900. Okay, so we're just coming around the bend from Walker. Zoom in a little. There we go, so we can catch everything here. So 21 DME from the airport, and you can see the ILS frequency has kicked in. Okay, so from the 210, we're in at Feckle, we'll go to 202. Not going to put on our wipers just yet, as we're haven't come down through the clouds yet. So we've got the VOR lock, which has come to where it should be. So what we can do now is I'm going to activate the VOR lock as we are on profile for the airport. Slowing down to 220. And open up speed brakes just to give us that that little push. Once we get to Feckle, that's when we'll drop our flaps 5. So it's a little rocky right now. There's no need for the rain, for the wipers, as I don't think the rain's going to last too long. So as we're getting ready now to slow down, once we get to Feckle, that's when we'll drop our flaps 5. And then 2000 we'll descend down to 180. Okay, it's just a little rocky. Let's just reset our view. There we go. Okay, so we'll drop the speed brakes in and we'll go for flaps 5. There's the runways. Just waiting for the VOR lock to come in. Okay, so there's the VOR lock. Airport's in sight. Come down for 180. By that point, we'll be down to our flaps 15. So we've just passed Feckle. For Turco, we need to go to a 167, which will then basically be our flaps 15 gear down. So the aircraft localizer is established and it is locked in on the PFD. So we're just going to stay as we are until we hit our 1800 foot at Turca, and that is where we'll drop flaps 15 gear down. So the aircraft's going to start to descend again now.
As we go.
And there is our pink diamond, which means we can now activate the approach. Come on the single channel, and what we'll do is, now that the airport is in sight, sending through 2005, only a few miles away, 2 miles, so what we'll do is we'll go flaps 15 and gear down. Okay, so we'll just wait for the glide slope to be established. Oh, we'll slow her right down. Okay. So we'll go to our flaps 30. Our 159, or +5 from 154. Now the aircraft's going to level off here. Okay, speed brakes are armed, and what we'll do is we will disconnect the autopilot and the auto throttle. Now I have control of the aircraft, and we'll start our descent in. Gonna be a quick one today. Got a little bit of wind over from the left, so we're not really using too much throttle. She is a little bit rocky today. Get her trimmed down a bit. Okay, you've got 2 red, 2 white.
$1,000
feet, stabilized, Mr. Birch, altitude set.
Okay, just hold back. There we go.
$500
Okay, just a little low.
$400 $300
Okay, there's a 2 red, 2 white.
$200 $100 $50 $40 $30 $20 $10
Okay, speed brakes are up and the reversers are active. Check. Okay, reverses go back in.
We'll be
And
taxiing to
menu
the gate for
brakes.
the next few minutes. We do ask you please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until the aircraft is parked to the gate
Okay,
and the captain
speed
turns
brakes
off
go
the
back in.
fasten seatbelt sign. At that time,
And
please
we can
refer to
retract
the
our
area for all
flaps.
your personal belongings you brought on board with you today, and use caution when opening the overhead compartments. Thank you for flying with us today. We hope you had a pleasant experience, so we look forward to serving you again. Thank you, and have a pleasant afternoon.
Okay, so now as you can see, we have just arrived down in LAX. So now what we'll do is we'll go and taxi to the gate. We'll taxi for Terminal 6. So we'll vacate off here. We'll get our charts up ready to leave, and we can get it all done. So Terminal 6, we are turning off now, off of Golf, or was it Charlie? Looks like Charlie. So we'll come round now. Got our flaps which are retracted. Coming round the bend now. So don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. I'll see you all after the taxi as we say our bye-byes. And now it's time for the landing cinematics. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave your comments down below, and I'll see you guys all when we get back. There we are, guys, down in LAX for our flight of the night with the lovely Alaska Airlines. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave your comments down below, and I shall see you all again very soon, just like Boeing, the 100 years strong. So I'll see you all very soon. Take care for now, and I'll see you on the next flight. So bye bye.